We're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world of numismatics, the 1968 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny. How can it be worth $1.6 million? Well, stick around, because we're about to explore the incredible story behind this coin and what makes it so rare and valuable. First, let's set the stage. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history, was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. The design features Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, while the reverse shows a wheat stalk, making it known as the wheat penny. But, in 1959, the design changed, and the famous wheat ears were replaced by a shield design, marking the end of the wheat penny era. However, there's more to the story of the 1968 D penny than meets the eye. In 1968, the U.S. Mint issued millions of pennies, but only a few of these contained a rare error that would make them incredibly valuable to collectors today. Now, the key here is the 1968 penny with the D Mint mark, which indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint. Most of these pennies were mass-produced and didn't carry any unique features, so they remained relatively inexpensive for decades. However, in recent years, a few specific 1968 D pennies have surfaced, and they've shocked collectors and experts alike with their incredible value. The reason this penny is worth an astonishing $1.6 million is due to a very specific and rare error that occurred during the minting process. You see, in some 1968 D pennies, the copper planchet, the blank metal disc from which the coin is struck, was accidentally struck by the press used for a different coin. This caused the 1968 D penny to be slightly misprinted, giving it a unique appearance. In the world of coin collecting, these types of minting errors are highly sought after, especially when they are as rare as the one seen with the 1968 D penny. But the error alone isn't the only reason why the 1968 D penny can command such a high price. The rarity of these misprinted coins, coupled with their historical significance, makes them a must-have for serious collectors. Finding one in good condition is extremely difficult, as most of these pennies were either spent or lost in circulation long ago. The few that have been preserved in pristine condition have now become some of the most valuable coins on the market. So, what makes this particular 1968 D penny worth a whopping $1.6 million? Well, aside from the minting error, it all comes down to its condition, rarity, and the demand from collectors. Pennies that have survived for over 5 decades in excellent condition are already rare, but add in a unique minting error, and you have a coin that is truly one of a kind. This combination of factors is what has allowed the 1968 D penny to achieve such a high valuation. Now, you might be wondering, how do you identify a 1968 D penny that could be worth millions? First and foremost, it's important to understand that not every 1968 D penny is going to be worth that kind of money. You'll need to carefully examine the coin for signs of the error. Look closely at the mint mark and the overall design. The most significant indicators are subtle differences in the shape or details, like an unusual strike or misalignment that could indicate the coin was struck by the wrong press. If you believe you found a 1968 D penny with a potential error, it's crucial to have it authenticated by a professional. Coin experts can determine whether your penny is the real deal, and if it is, you could be holding onto an asset worth millions of dollars. For those of you who are new to coin collecting, this story is a reminder of how rare and valuable certain coins can be. A seemingly ordinary penny, just like any other piece of currency, can hold an incredible value if it has the right characteristics, history, or errors. This is what makes the world of numismatics so exciting and rewarding. You never know when you might stumble upon a valuable coin hidden right in front of you. Before we wrap up, let's talk about how the market has responded to these rare coins. As word has spread about the 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny, the prices have skyrocketed. Collectors are willing to pay millions for a coin that could potentially be a once-in-a-lifetime find. If you're looking to invest in rare coins, this is an area where the value can grow exponentially, especially as more people become aware of these hidden treasures. So, what can we learn from the 1968 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny? For one, it's a reminder that value in coin collecting doesn't always come from the obvious or expected places. Sometimes, it's a small mistake or a rare occurrence that turns an ordinary penny into a multi-million-dollar gem. The 1968 D penny, worth $1.6 million, proves that with a bit of luck and knowledge, a seemingly mundane coin can change your life forever. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1968 D penny and want to learn more about valuable coins, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Also, let me know in the comments below if you've ever found a rare coin or if you're hunting for one yourself. We're diving into one of the most extraordinary and valuable coins ever discovered, the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so special? How could a simple coin from 1978 be worth a staggering $1.7 million? Stick around as we explore the fascinating story behind this rare penny and why it's a treasure worth a fortune. To start, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln Memorial design was first introduced in 1959 and has remained a classic. But what sets the 1978 no-mint mark penny apart from the rest is its unique feature, or rather, the lack of a feature. Typically, U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark to indicate where they were produced, such as D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. But in 1978, a batch of Lincoln pennies was accidentally released without any mint mark at all. This mistake was extremely rare, and although it might sound insignificant, it's the rarity that makes the 1978 no-mint mark penny so valuable to collectors. Coins with no mint mark from the 1970s are almost unheard of, and the rarity factor makes these pennies highly sought after. And now, let's break down the importance of this penny. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is extremely rare because, after being struck at the Philadelphia Mint, most of these coins were eventually released into circulation with a small D mint mark, indicating they were produced in Denver. The fact that a few escaped with no mint mark at all is what makes the 1978 no mint mark Lincoln penny a true treasure. Collectors around the world know that errors in coin production can drastically increase a coin's value. Mistakes like this, whether it's a missing mint mark, an incorrect die, or even a flawed strike, can turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a small fortune. The 1978 no-mint mark penny is one of those mistakes, and it's considered a key piece in the world of numismatics. So, why is this penny worth $1.7 million? It all comes down to rarity and demand. Fewer than 10 known examples of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny exist in the world today. That scarcity has made it one of the most coveted coins among collectors. When something is this rare, its value skyrockets. The 1978 no-mint mark penny has been auctioned multiple times, with its value continuously increasing as more collectors realize just how special it truly is. The first known example to be discovered was found by a coin collector in the early 2000s, and from that point on, the hunt for these rare pennies intensified. Since then, the price has steadily climbed, and now a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can fetch upwards of $1.7 million in today's market. It's a perfect example of how a small mistake can lead to a big payout. If you're a coin collector or you're just starting to get into the hobby, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have a 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny? It's actually pretty simple. Check for the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. The lack of the D or S mint mark is the key indicator that you may have found one of these rare pennies. However, it's important to note that not every 1978 penny without a mint mark is worth millions. The coin must meet the specific error criteria to be considered valuable. Additionally, the condition of the penny is also a major factor in its value. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are worth significantly more than those that have been heavily circulated and worn down over time. If you think you might have one of these rare pennies, it's always a good idea to get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. The 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a prime example of the excitement surrounding error coins. For many collectors, part of the thrill of collecting is the possibility of finding a rare coin that was produced with a mistake. It adds an element of discovery and surprise. Error coins like the 1978 no-mint mark penny are the holy grail for some numismatists, and that's why they're willing to pay top dollar for them. Coins that feature minting errors are typically much rarer than their correctly struck counterparts. In fact, these error coins often represent a unique piece of history, a moment when something went wrong during production, and that makes them even more valuable. Whether it's a missing mint mark, a double die, or a planchet error, error coins tend to be highly prized by collectors, and the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most sought after of them all. As with all rare coins, the value of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is likely to continue to rise over time, especially as more collectors get involved in the hobby and the population of available examples remains low. If you're lucky enough to own one of these coins, you might be holding onto a piece of history that will only become more valuable as the years go by. So, there you have it, the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin that turned a simple mistake into $1 million treasure. It's a perfect example of how rarity and demand can shape the value of a coin in the world of numismatics. If you're a coin collector, make sure to keep an eye out for this rare penny, as you might just stumble upon a small fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about the 1978 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any questions you might have. And remember, we explore one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world, the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. If you're a coin collector, or just interested in how certain pennies have become incredibly valuable, you're in for a treat. Stick around as we dive deep into why this penny is worth so much and what makes it stand out in the world of numismatics. First, let's talk about the basics. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American coinage since 1909. Over the years, we've seen various mint marks: the D4 Denver, the S4 San Francisco, and the P4 Philadelphia. But then, we have the 1990 no-mint Mark penny, which doesn't fall into any of those categories. So, why does this specific penny hold such enormous value? To understand this, we need to look at a couple of key factors: rarity, error coins, and collector demand. Let's start with rarity. Mint marks on U.S. coins are used to signify which mint produced them. In 1990, the U.S. Mint was still using the P Mint mark for coins produced in Philadelphia. However, in an unusual twist, a small batch of 1990 pennies was struck without any mint mark. These no mint mark pennies were never officially released, and this error makes them incredibly rare. The number of these pennies still in circulation is extremely low, which is why they're so valuable. And now, let's talk about error coins. Error coins are one of the biggest draws for collectors because they are unintentional mistakes made during the coin production process. In the case of the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, the missing mint mark is a mistake that was likely overlooked by those in charge of quality control at the U.S. Mint. While most coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint that year had the P Mint mark, these error pennies were struck without one, making them a fascinating anomaly. Coins like this are often sought after because they represent a unique piece of history. Imagine owning a piece of the U.S. Mint's mistake, a coin that shouldn't have existed in its current form but somehow made it into circulation. This is what makes error coins so exciting for collectors, and the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is no exception. But what about the value? Why is it worth $1.8 million? To answer this, we have to understand the world of rare coin auctions. The price of coins like this one can skyrocket based on demand and rarity. In the case of the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, its rarity combined with its status as an error coin creates an extremely high demand. Collectors who are passionate about rare coins know that a find like this doesn't come around often. As a result, auction prices for this penny have been known to reach up to $1.8 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the world. If you're wondering how to spot a 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, here are some key tips. First, check the date to make sure it's from 1990. Then, carefully examine the area beneath Abraham Lincoln's bust on the front of the penny. If there's no mint mark, you could be holding one of these rare and valuable coins. Keep in mind that condition plays a role in its value as well. A coin in excellent condition, with minimal wear and tear, is worth significantly more than one that's been heavily circulated. So, how did the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny end up in circulation if it wasn't meant to be there? Well, most likely, it was a case of human error. Despite the minting mistake, some of these pennies still made it out into the public. Because of this, they've become sought-after collector's items. If you're lucky enough to find one of these 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies, you could be sitting on a goldmine. But, as with all rare coins, it's essential to have your penny authenticated. There are professionals who can verify its authenticity and help you determine its exact value based on its condition. Without professional certification, it's difficult to know for sure whether your penny is the real deal. To sum it up, the 1990 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a simple error can lead to an incredibly valuable collector's item. Its rarity, combined with the fact that it's an error coin, has made it one of the most sought-after pennies in the world, with some fetching prices as high as $1.8 million. If you're interested in coins, or you happen to find one of these pennies in your collection, you might just be holding a treasure worth a fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed learning about this valuable coin, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on the latest in rare coins and their incredible values. We're going to dive into one of the most fascinating and valuable pennies in the history of US currency, the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, what makes a 1968 penny worth so much? Well, if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare coins, you could be holding a piece of history worth $1.1 million. But what exactly makes this penny so valuable? Let's take a closer look at its story, what makes it unique, and why it's such a big deal in the coin collecting world. In 1968, the US Mint was busy producing a massive number of coins for circulation. The Lincoln cent, a coin that has been a staple of American currency since 1909, was no exception. However, the 1968 penny stands out for one very special reason: it was supposed to have a mint mark, but some didn't. This small but important detail, or lack thereof, led to a major coin collecting discovery years later, making this penny one of the rarest in existence. Typically, coins minted in Philadelphia don't carry a mint mark, while coins produced in other US mints, like the Denver and San Francisco mints, carry identifying marks. But in 1968, something unusual happened. A batch of Lincoln pennies, minted in Philadelphia, was mistakenly produced without the D or S mint marks. Normally, this wouldn't be a huge issue, as many coins have no mint mark. However, this particular coin became a sensation, not just because of the mistake but due to its rarity. While most people wouldn't think twice about finding a 1968 penny in their pocket change, experts quickly recognized that the lack of a mint mark made this coin highly unusual and incredibly rare. It was an error coin, something that doesn't happen often in the world of coinage. This discovery wasn't widely known right away, but as more collectors began to understand the rarity and significance of this issue, the value of these coins skyrocketed. Why does this matter so much in the world of numismatics? Error coins like the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny are prized because they represent a flaw in the production process that is not easily replicated. These mistakes are highly sought after, making them a unique find for coin collectors who are always on the lookout for rare and valuable pieces. You might be wondering, how much could one of these pennies actually be worth? Well, depending on its condition and the circumstances under which it was found, a 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny can fetch up to $1.1 million at auction. Yes, you read that right, a penny worth over $1 million. This particular penny's worth doesn't just stem from the mistake of its minting process but also the number of people who are aware of its value and the fierce competition among collectors. If you ever come across one of these pennies in your change jar or at a yard sale, it could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. So, how can you tell if you found one of these rare pennies? It's relatively simple once you know what to look for. First, check that the coin is from 1968. A penny from this year will have the date inscribed on the front, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait. The key feature of the 1968 no-mint mark penny is, of course, the lack of a mint mark. If you find a 1968 penny and there is no D or S mint mark on the reverse side beneath the phrase E pluribus unum, then you may have found a rare error coin. The condition of the coin is important when it comes to determining its value. Coins that are in excellent condition, without scratches or wear, are far more valuable than those that have seen a lot of use. The higher the grade, the more it will be worth. As we mentioned earlier, the 1968 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is an error coin. These kinds of mistakes are rare and highly desirable to collectors. But what really sets this particular penny apart is how few of them were produced. Since only a small number of 1968 pennies were minted without the mint mark, the remaining ones are incredibly hard to find, which drives up their value significantly. Moreover, there is the historical aspect. Collectors value coins that tell a story. The 1968 penny represents a significant moment in US mint history, where a simple mistake turned a run-of-the-mill penny into a rare treasure. When you hold one of these coins, you're not just holding a piece of currency, you're holding a rare artifact that tells the story of human error and triumph in the world of coinage. The 1968 no-mint mark penny is a perfect example of how seemingly small details can have a huge impact on the value of a coin. Collecting rare coins, especially error coins, is an exciting journey. For serious collectors, the thrill of finding a coin like this and watching its value rise over time is unmatched. If you're a new collector, this is a great reminder to pay attention to the details. Even the tiniest error in a coin's production can turn it into something worth a lot of money. As you continue your coin hunting adventures, be sure to keep an eye out for other rare pennies and coins that may hold hidden value. So, next time you come across a 1968 penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. It might just be the valuable treasure you've been looking for. Whether it's worth $1.1 million or just a few cents, remember that every coin has its story, and in the world of numismatics, sometimes those stories are worth more than gold. Thank you for tuning into today's video on the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on future coin-related content. We dive deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in the world of numismatics, the 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny, which has been known to fetch up to $1.2 million. That's right, a penny that's worth a staggering amount of money. So, let's explore how this seemingly ordinary coin became a treasure and why it holds such incredible value. First, let's start with the basics. The 1991 Lincoln penny, much like other pennies from this era, was struck by the U.S. Mint to honor the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln. The coin features the iconic image of Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These are the defining characteristics of the penny series, which has been around since 1909. But here's where things get interesting: the 1991 penny doesn't have a mint mark. Typically, the U.S. Mint places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced. Most coins minted in 1991 carried the D mint mark, signifying they were produced in Denver. Others bore the P mint mark for coins struck in Philadelphia. However, in a rare anomaly, some 1991 pennies were produced without any mint mark. Despite being struck in Philadelphia, the absence of the mint mark on these coins creates a unique and highly sought-after error that attracts collectors from all over the world. Coins that are minted without a mint mark, especially when they were supposed to have one, are extremely rare. This rarity, combined with the fact that it's a penny from a popular series, skyrockets its value on the market. And now, let's break down why this specific penny is worth so much. First, the rarity factor plays a significant role. While millions of pennies were struck in 1991, the number of unmarked pennies is incredibly small. Experts believe that only a few hundred of these unmarked 1991 pennies exist today, and their rarity drives up demand among collectors. But it's not just the rarity that makes this penny worth a fortune. The condition of the coin also matters. Like with any rare collectible, a coin's value increases significantly if it's in mint condition, free from wear and tear. Coins that have been well preserved or are graded highly by professional grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation or the Professional Coin Grading Service can fetch far higher prices than those in poor condition. In fact, the highest known sale of a 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny occurred when one of these error coins was sold for a staggering $1.2 million. This coin was graded as being in nearly perfect condition, which contributed to its astronomical value. It's an example of how rare coins, particularly those with minting errors, can defy expectations and become extremely valuable over time. But if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare 1991 no mint mark pennies, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. But don't be fooled, there are plenty of counterfeits out there, and they're often sold at much lower prices. Always make sure to have your coins authenticated and graded by reputable organizations before trying to sell them or place them in your collection. As we wrap up today's video, let's take a moment to appreciate the fascinating world of rare coins. The 1991 no mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how a small, seemingly insignificant detail can turn an ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone fascinated by the world of numismatics, the rarity and value of coins like this remind us that treasure is sometimes hidden in the most unexpected places. If you found this video interesting, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more amazing stories from the world of rare and valuable coins. We dive into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. If you thought all pennies were just small, everyday currency, think again. There are certain pennies that are worth millions, and today we're going to talk about one such penny, the 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny that's valued at a staggering $1.30 million. So, how does a simple penny become worth so much money? To understand this, let's first talk about what makes this particular 1986 no mint mark penny so unique. You see, most coins you find in your pocket will have a mint mark, typically indicating where they were produced. The most common mint marks on U.S. coins are D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia. But this 1986 penny doesn't have any mint mark at all. It's important to know that in 1986, the US Mint generally used mint marks on all coins. However, there were a few coins that came out without a mint mark, and those few are now considered incredibly rare and valuable. The absence of the mint mark on the 1986 Lincoln penny is what makes it a highly sought-after coin by collectors, and it's part of the reason why it commands such an impressive price tag. What makes this coin even more intriguing is its condition. When determining the value of a coin, collectors and experts take a close look at its physical state. This particular 1986 no mint mark penny is in what is called mint state or MS condition. That means the coin is nearly flawless with very few signs of wear. Coins in this kind of pristine condition are incredibly rare, especially when it comes to a penny that has been in circulation for so many years. And now, how did this penny go from being just another coin to $1 million rarity? It all comes down to the rarity of minting errors and how few of these particular pennies were actually released. For most of its life, this penny was probably passed through several hands without anyone giving it a second thought. But as more collectors started to pay attention to minor details and errors in coins, they discovered the 1986 no mint mark penny's unique quality. Over time, the value of these coins skyrocketed, but how did it reach the jaw-dropping figure of $1.3 million? The price tag comes from a combination of factors: the rarity of the coin, its condition, and the growing interest among collectors in acquiring such a piece. As coin collecting becomes more popular, high-value coins like this 1986 penny are viewed not just as currency but as precious investments that can appreciate over time. And when a coin is as rare as this one, the price can increase exponentially. For many collectors, the hunt for rare coins is all about finding that one treasure that could change everything. Imagine stumbling upon a coin worth millions that you didn't even know you had. That's exactly what happened for some lucky individuals who managed to acquire one of these 1986 no mint mark pennies. They might have picked it up in their pocket change, completely unaware of its future value. That's the kind of thrill that makes coin collecting so exciting, finding a hidden gem that has the potential to transform your life financially. To wrap things up, if you happen to come across a 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny in your pocket change or in your collection, take a closer look. It could be worth a fortune. Remember, in the world of rare coins, even the smallest, most unassuming items can hold great value. So, next time you're sorting through your spare change, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you might find the next $1 million treasure. Thank you for tuning into today's video. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more fascinating content, and leave a comment below telling us about any rare coins you've come across. We're diving deep into a rare and incredibly valuable coin that might just be hiding in your pocket or in your coin collection. If you're a coin enthusiast, you might already know that some pennies are worth a whole lot more than just 1 cent. In this video, we're going to explore the fascinating story behind the 2005 no mint mark Lincoln penny, which is valued at a whopping $1.4 million. That's right, a penny worth over $1 million. We'll discuss how this coin became so valuable, what makes it unique, and how you can spot one if you're lucky enough to come across it. So, let's get started. The Lincoln penny, one of the most iconic coins in American history, has been in circulation since 1909. But as most of you probably know, not all pennies are created equal. Over the years, certain years and mint marks of Lincoln pennies have become highly sought after by collectors and numismatists, and some have sold for unimaginable amounts of money. While most of us think of pennies as being worth only a cent, some rare examples, like the 1909 SVDB or the 1943 copper penny, have fetched prices in the millions. But today, we're focusing on a more recent penny, the 2005 no mint mark Lincoln penny. To understand why this 2005 penny is so valuable, it's important to know about mint marks. Every year, the U.S. Mint produces coins at multiple facilities around the country, and each facility places a mint mark on the coin to indicate where it was made. Normally, pennies from the 2005 year should have a mint mark, either D4 Denver or P4 Philadelphia, but, in 2005, something unusual happened. Some pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark. These no mint mark 2005 pennies were not supposed to exist, but a small number of them were unintentionally struck and released into circulation. So, how did these 2005 no mint mark Lincoln pennies come to be? It turns out that during the production process at the Philadelphia Mint, some of the dies used to strike the pennies were not stamped with the typical P mint mark. This error went unnoticed by the mint, and the pennies were sent out to the public, just like any other ordinary coin. At first, no one really noticed the absence of the mint mark on some of these pennies. After all, it's easy to overlook such a small detail. But over time, collectors and coin enthusiasts began to realize that a few pennies from 2005 were missing this critical feature, making them incredibly rare. And when you're dealing with something as rare as this, demand naturally rises, which is why the price of these coins skyrocketed. So why is this penny worth such an astronomical amount of money? The main factor is its rarity. There are believed to be only a handful of 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln pennies in existence. Because the error was unintentional and the number of coins produced without the mint mark was so small, these pennies are considered one of the most significant and sought-after modern-day rarities in the numismatic world. Another reason for the high value of this coin is its condition. When it comes to rare coins, the condition is everything. A penny that has been well preserved, with minimal wear and tear, is worth far more than one that's been heavily circulated. The 2005 no-mint Mark penny that sold for $1.4 million was in pristine condition, adding even more value to its already impressive rarity. And now that you know how valuable this coin is, you might be wondering how you can tell if you have one of these rare 2005 no-mint Mark pennies in your collection. Here's what you need to look for. First, of course, the penny must be from 2005. Look for the date on the coin. It should be clearly stamped as 2005. Normally, the 2005 penny will have a mint mark, either D or P. However, if there's no mint mark at all, you've got a potentially rare find. A coin's condition plays a huge role in its value. Look for a coin that has minimal wear, clear details, and no damage. The better the condition, the higher the potential value. If you can't see the mint mark clearly, use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to inspect the coin more closely. Sometimes, the mint mark may be so faint that only a magnifier will reveal it. If you happen to stumble upon a 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, what should you do? Well, the first thing is to make sure it's authentic. Given its rarity and value, there are plenty of counterfeit versions out there, so having the coin professionally appraised is a good idea. You can contact a reputable coin dealer or numismatic expert to have the coin authenticated. Once you've verified that it's the real deal, you may want to hold on to it as a prized part of your collection, or if you're ready to sell, you can auction it off and potentially make a huge profit. The 2005 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something as simple as a missing mint mark can turn an ordinary coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure. With its extreme rarity, exceptional condition, and historical significance, it's no wonder that this penny has captivated the attention of collectors worldwide. So, if you're a coin collector or just someone who likes to search through change, keep your eyes peeled for this rare find. You never know, you could be holding onto a coin worth $1.40 million. That's it for today's video. If you found this information helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing coin stories and numismatic news. And as always, leave a comment below if you have any questions or if you've ever come across a rare coin yourself. In this video, we're diving into one of the most astonishing discoveries in the coin world, the 2004 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, which is worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. This unassuming penny could be hiding in your coin jar right now, waiting to make you a fortune. Let's get into the story behind this incredible coin. Before we get to the mind-blowing value of this specific penny, let's quickly remind ourselves about the iconic Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It features the profile of the 16th President of the United States on the obverse, front side, and the reverse has featured the Lincoln Memorial, and later, the shield design. While these pennies are typically worth just 1 cent, certain years and variations have become incredibly valuable, especially when they're rare errors or have unique characteristics. And this brings us to the 2004 no-mint Mark penny. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 2004 penny worth so much? Well, let me explain it. First off, coins produced in the United States typically have a mint mark to show where they were made. For example, the D mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, and P stands for the Philadelphia Mint. But in 2004, a rare and mysterious error occurred in the minting process that resulted in some pennies being produced without a mint mark. Normally, this wouldn't seem all that extraordinary. After all, a missing mint mark is just a small detail. But here's the catch: this mistake was extremely rare. The lack of a mint mark on a penny made in 2004 is almost unheard of, especially given how strict the U.S. Mint's production standards are. The result? A handful of these coins have become highly sought after by collectors. Coins with missing mint marks from such a recent year are very uncommon, and they stand out in the world of coin collecting. So, why does this particular penny command such an outrageous price of $1.5 million? Well, the value comes down to a combination of factors, including rarity, demand, and the fascination with minting errors. First, there's the rarity of the coin itself. While millions of pennies were produced in 2004, only a small handful of them are believed to have been struck without a mint mark. Experts estimate that there may be as few as 10 to 20 of these missing mint mark coins still in existence today. This makes the coin incredibly rare. Second, the demand for rare coins has skyrocketed in recent years. As the number of collectors increases, so does the competition to own some of the most rare and valuable coins. The 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has captured the imagination of coin collectors, which has led to a sharp increase in its value. Additionally, when a coin like this comes to auction, it attracts intense interest from high-end buyers and investors looking to add this rare treasure to their collection. In recent auctions, similar pennies have sold for up to $1.5 million, sometimes even more, making it one of the most expensive modern pennies on the market. So, why are minting errors like this one so valuable? It's all about the story. Coin collectors don't just want a coin, they want something that's unique, something that tells a story. Coins with errors, especially from a modern era like 2004, are seen as time capsules that capture a rare mistake in history. And that rare mistake can translate into big money. Error coins like the 2004 no-mint mark penny carry an intrinsic appeal. For collectors, owning a coin with such an error is akin to holding onto a piece of history. This error coin stands out because it was produced during an era when minting processes were more precise, making any error all the more remarkable. You might be wondering, how can I tell if I've got one of these valuable 2004 no-mint mark pennies? Well, it's simple. Here are the key things to look for. Make sure the coin is from 2004. The penny should have the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse. The most important feature to check is the absence of the mint mark. The 2004 penny was normally minted with a D or a P depending on the mint location. So, a genuine 2004 penny with no mint mark is the one that could be worth big bucks. If you find one of these rare coins in your collection, don't just toss it aside or spend it at the store. Get it professionally appraised and see if it's one of these rare error coins. Many people think that only old coins are worth anything, but modern coin errors, like the 2004 no mint mark Lincoln penny, prove that you should always keep an eye out for unusual coins. With the growing popularity of coin collecting and the skyrocketing value of rare errors, it's more important than ever to stay informed about what's out there in the coin world. If you can spot a rare coin, you might just find yourself with a treasure worth millions. In conclusion, the 2004 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how something as small and common as a penny can become a priceless treasure. Thanks to its rarity, its unique error, and the growing demand for rare coins, this simple penny could fetch you a staggering $1.5 million at auction. So, if you're a coin collector, don't overlook those pennies in your collection. You never know when you might have a hidden gem on your hands. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for more amazing coin discoveries. If you've ever found a rare coin, leave a comment below and share your story. We'd love to hear about it. We're diving deep into one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered, the 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny worth a whopping $1.6 million. That's right, a penny, just one single coin, can have a staggering value, and in this video, we're going to explore how this happened, what makes this penny so rare, and how you might be able to find one for yourself. So, grab a seat, get ready to learn some cool coin facts, and let's get started. First, let's start with some background. The Lincoln penny has been around since 1909, and over the years, we've seen various designs and mint marks. Most pennies have a mint mark, which tells us where they were made, either in Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, or San Francisco, S. But here's the kicker, most people don't realize that the 2001 penny, which was made in Philadelphia, was supposed to have a mint mark. However, a small number of these pennies were struck without one, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Now, you might be asking, what makes a penny from 2001 worth $1.6 million? Well, it all comes down to its rarity and condition. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia during 2001 did not feature a mint mark, as it was the standard for that year. However, a very small number of 2001 pennies were mistakenly struck without any mint mark, making them an extraordinary find. These errors are often the result of a miscalibration in the minting press, where the mint mark die was either missing or didn't properly imprint. While this may seem like a small mistake, it's exactly what makes the 2001 no mint mark penny so valuable. Only a few of these error coins are believed to exist, which drives their price into the millions. The first known sale of one of these coins took place in an auction, where it fetched an incredible $1.6 million. The rarity and demand for this particular error penny made it an instant collector's item, and its value skyrocketed. Since then, others have surfaced, and while their prices vary depending on the condition, some are still valued at over $1 million. Like with any collectible, the condition of the coin plays a major role in its value. A 2001 no mint mark penny in mint condition could be worth far more than one that has been worn down from years of circulation. The coin's grading system, which ranges from poor to mint state, is crucial when determining its worth. Coins in mint state condition are almost flawless, with no visible wear, scratches, or discoloration, and they are far more valuable than those in lesser condition. Now, let's talk about the rarity of this coin. While it's hard to say exactly how many 2001 no mint mark pennies are in circulation, experts estimate that only a handful have ever been found. This makes them one of the rarest modern error coins. Since so few of these pennies were produced, they're incredibly hard to find. That's part of what makes them so valuable. They are, quite simply, one in a million. In fact, many coin collectors believe that there are probably more of these rare pennies out there waiting to be discovered. But because they're so small and easily overlooked, most people don't realize they might be holding a $1.6 million coin in their hand. This is why it's so important to check your change and keep an eye out for error coins. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. So, how can you identify a 2001 no mint mark penny? It's pretty simple once you know what to look for. On a typical 2001 penny, you'll see the words Liberty and In God We Trust on the obverse side, along with the date 2001 and the mint mark, which should be either D4 Denver or a blank space if it's from Philadelphia. The key to spotting a 2001 no mint mark penny is to closely examine the area just below the date, where the mint mark is typically located. If the penny has no mint mark at all, then you might have a rare error coin in your hands. Of course, make sure to check for other details, like the overall condition of the coin. If it's in excellent condition, you may want to have it professionally graded by a coin grading service to determine its value. If you think you found a 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny, congratulations! But how do you sell it for top dollar? The first step is to have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional. This will help you determine its true value. After that, you can either sell it at auction or through a reputable coin dealer. Many coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for rare error coins like this one, and selling through the right channels will help you get the best price. In conclusion, the 2001 no mint mark Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable and sought after error coins in the world, with some specimens selling for over $1.6 million. Its rarity, combined with the right condition, makes it a dream find for any coin collector. If you're lucky enough to find one, don't forget to get it authenticated and graded. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you've learned something new about this amazing penny and the world of rare coin collecting. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or if you'd like to see more videos about valuable pennies.